In his brief study with Tigray television, head for the Bureau of Communication Affairs, Redae Halefom said the magnitude of newly displaced people in Tigray is far beyond what UNICEF reported on Saturday. In its report on humanitarian situation in Ethiopia last week, the UN agency said more than 210,000 people have been newly displaced in Tigray since the resumption of hostilities in August.
I think this report is only from Adadaro and its environs. It doesn't include the places in eastern Tigray, in southern Tigray, or in other places that these aggressors are occupying. So one of the targets, what they are doing, these forces, is just to displace Tigray, the whole people of Tigray.
Redae said Eritrean forces and allies are fighting to displace more than 3 million people just in this round of fighting, adding that behind the bombardment of civilian residential area was to displace people from their homeland.
As their plan is to displace more than 3 million Tigrayans from their homeland. The situation, even before the resumption of this war, millions of Tigrayans were displaced. Only from the western Tigray, there were 1 million displaced people in Tigray. So now the situation is extremely aggravating. Every day there is displacement. Whenever they bombard or they attack or strike by artillery or drones, their target is just to displace people. So the situation is not simply a crisis, it's really a severe catastrophe.
The Bureau head also stated that the new round of invasion has brought health care and nutrition system in Tigray to a near collapse. He said the people of Tigray are suffering in the eyes of the world.
People didn't have food even before the resumption of this war. They didn't have health care services even before the resumption of this war. Now, an additional crisis is already added to this severe situation. So the whole of Tigray is under extreme catastrophe. So I can say this, even if it is really, the war catastrophe really captures the whole suffering of the people of Tigray by now. It's beyond the words that we know. It is beyond the experiences that we know. Because under this, I can say, modern world, the people of Tigray are extremely suffering in the eyes of the world. The world know everything, as I said in the introduction, but had nothing to save the people of Tigray.
UNICEF included in its report that humanitarian response to new and existing displacements in Tigray remains constrained, where restrictions on the movement of humanitarian supplies, cash, fuel, and staff continue to limit intervention programs. The report also said access to primary health care in Tigray for children and lactating women has shown a sharp decline of 84%.